to do a mini review on this KLX230 I purchased this year, and just let you know what a great little bike it is as far as getting out on the track, trails, or even running along the seal section. I've been able to cruise along open road riding, even though it's only 230 cc's. It's been able to clock, I could say, an easy 100 kilometres an hour, 60 mile an hour, and it appears to be able to sit on that speed pretty easy. Now when you get onto the dirt roads, or especially off track, I find this really a very interesting bike, and it can handle whatever you want to throw at it. So it's got really good climbing ability on the hills, and I think anyone that comes out that's after one of these bikes to do a bit of bushwork, you know, would be very happy. I also found the standard gearing once you got into the paddocks was extremely good, and I found it'll pull most of the little tracks that I went around no trouble, and it ran over days usually in second gear. I did actually buy the optional 13-tooth sprocket for the bike, but never got around to fitting it, and I think that would have even made it a better dirt road bike or paddock bike if you want to get in there and pull those really steep hills. And I also found with the standard factory tyres that come with these ones, they had really good grip in the paddock, and didn't let me down once. It's got really good ground clearance. Looking under that plastic, it's pretty hard to see what you're getting, but in actual fact you're getting a 7.5 litre tank, and I think roughly it does a bit over 70 miles to the gallon or somewhere near that. For the around town riding and the just out in the scrub work what I was doing, so that side of it was pretty good. I think if you're going on a long haul on the bike, you'd have to take additional fuel with you, or maybe a 1 litre reserve canister just to get you out of trouble. I did find any time I was out on the track that never let me down as far. If you turned her off and turned her back on, she always started first click, so there was no trouble there. It's got a really positive gear shift, never had any missed neutrals or false neutrals or anything like that. Got a 21-inch front, we've got an 18-inch rear, and the best news of all, Kawasaki is running the new progressive ABS braking system on this bike. It's hard to believe, but I actually found this braking system possibly the best braking system I've used on any bikes I've bought over the last few years. And I actually found that I could be going down a steep dirt track and apply that front brake, and I got very little to no front wheel slip, and I'm talking about I grabbed that front brake pretty hard in a situation where if you were a bit foolish on another bike you could find yourself on the ground, and this little bike just pulled you virtually straight up with not a great deal of drama. And that was the most impressive feature I found on that bike, considering I really had no real experience dirt road riding. I had the wife on the back there too for the first time on a motorbike, so it was a bit of a dicey situation in all areas. So you know, I found anytime I used these brakes, they were extremely good, and I'd highly recommend this bike for a learner because it was just that good to ride in that respect. The actual retail price of these bikes in Australia are roughly 6,500 right away, so I think they're pretty good value for that price too. And this bike's only been released now for a little bit under a year, so it hasn't been out all that long in the 230cc form. I found the instrumentation while I was out there riding around at all times very easy to read, especially the digital speeder, and it was really no trouble picking it at any time. Even your old fuel gauge takes a fair while to move down along its tracks when you're out there on the scrub, even though you're only holding 7.5 litres from full. If you look over here, the ABS light, once you take off and get to about 5 kilometres of speed, it'll cut out. So apart from that, we're in neutral now. I'll just show you how easy this little bike starts. So I'll just swing over here and press the button. It hasn't been started for a few days now either. So that's how she kicks over. Anytime I come out here, I want to give her a run. Another feature of this bike, it's got a sort of a throttle assist, so that if you're coming down through the gears or going to take off, well, this is especially handy for a learner, and I even found it a bit helpful. So when you come down through the gears or go to take off, it'll add extra revs to stop you from stalling the bike or cut out. especially when you're either coming down or going to take off. So it's more like a learner feature. Some may like it and some not, but you get used to it after a while, and it does help you out in some areas where otherwise you would possibly stall the bike. Find if you were a learner coming into a sport of learning to ride this particular motorbike, you'd find it a plus, and you'd find you'd stall the bike a lot less than what you would compared to taking off from a normal motorbike where you'd do a few jump starts. So what's it like on pickup? I think overall in those first 3 or 4 gears it's really fast off the mark, and it'll get up to 80 kilometres an hour quite fast. So I think anyone that gets on this bike for around town riding, or when you get up into heavy traffic and you want to move off from the traffic lights, you could get away from the cars quite easy. And out here on the road, well, you know, it moves along for its size quite well around the back roads. I wouldn't say it's a highway cruiser, but for what you get, you're not going to get there and say it's a slow bike, because it does move along quite well. And I don't know what it puts out, probably around somewhere around that 20 horsepower, but it does get up and go quite well. It's a nice light little bike to move around, though it only weighs in at roughly around 135 kilos, so really easy to push yourself around. If you get into tight spots, you can move it out, and it's just a very easy bike to move around. Like I said, this would be a really good learner bike for somebody going out there and with their just picked up rail plates and just want to get out there and ride around. And it's also a good return bike for somebody who just wants to come back into the sport of riding motorbikes and get back onto something and just want to do a bit of around town, do a bit of shopping, head back out along the road, and then do a bit of dirt road riding. This bike will be perfect for that, because it really does handle everything you want to throw at it, and it does it so easy. So that's something to think about if you're out there looking. The seat height's pretty high when you come up to it, so once you do sit on it, it drops a little bit. And I did find it will carry 2 people on it okay too. So when we had it out in the Nengar forest, it ran 2 along all right for in the paddock. I'm not sure how to go out along the road at that speed with 2 on it, but in the scrub itself it handled it pretty well. You're after a good bike, which I think is pretty good value for money, a really nice bike to control. You'll feel confident as soon as you get on this bike, and soon master it pretty easy, and straight away you'll want to put it towards the dirt road, and you'll be very surprised how well it handles bumps, jumps in it, and how well it can handle crossings, how well it'll climb hills under standard form, and just how much fun it is to ride. I think you couldn't go past this bike as a good all-round bike for someone who's out there thinking of something for their first bike and they just want a bit of fun. So I'd rate this bike as good as, you know, probably in the top 3 bikes that I've had here over a period of the last 8 years as a good all-round little bike to play with, as far as if you're into off-road riding. I think anyone, like I said earlier, is just into it, you'd get onto this. Or if you're a return rider and you just want to potter around, just go out and do a dirt track into the scrub, you'd be 100% satisfied with this bike. So once again, it's a Kawasaki KLX230, and I think if you're out there looking for one, or you can get a test ride on one, take it for a run and you'd be very happy with it. More important, there's very little to no vibe in the bike, even when you're up around that 100 km/h mark, which is very important I think on some motorbikes, because some of them can shake you to pieces, where this little bike just runs along there at those speeds effortlessly and pretty quiet. So once again, thanks for tuning in, taking a look, catch you later.